And new this morning, basketball star Brittney Griner is back in the U.S. after serving nearly 10 months in a Russian prison. She landed at an airport in San Antonio, Texas overnight. Griner was serving a 9-year sentence after authorities found less than a gram of cannabis oil in her possession at a Moscow airport in February. Her release was part of a prisoner swap for a convicted Russian arms dealer. The Russians refused to give up U.S. Marine veteran Paul Whelan, who was jailed on espionage charges nearly 4 years ago. While devastated, Whelan's brother says the Biden administration made the right decision. Thanks for joining us here at 6 a.m. I'm Eric Connard.
And I'm Dana Marie McNichol in for Netta Arampur. Now this morning, COVID cases are once again spiking in San Diego. County health officials say we're seeing an increase after the Thanksgiving gatherings.
A so-called triple-demic is impacting hospitals nationwide, with flu and RSV also on the rise. CBS 8's Chris Groh live in front of the County Health and Human Services building there with the latest now. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. And earlier this morning, we stopped by Sharp Grossmont Hospital to kind of get an eye on how things are going outside the emergency room. And yeah, they are indeed using tents, something we haven't seen since the height of the pandemic, in order to handle that outgoing surge there of cases that are coming into the hospital, whether it be for flu, RSV, or even COVID-19. So this is something that we are seeing a bit of a spike of. In fact, when you look at the county numbers for EMS transfer of care, according to the UT, the website is indicating that some facilities saw as much as a 19% of their ambulance offloads taking longer than 60 minutes in the month of October. And we also learned that through the county's numbers, also the health officials say they've seen a 63% increase in COVID cases since Thanksgiving. Now this week there have been more than 5,600 confirmed new cases. Meanwhile, the flu seems to be trending down with almost 150 fewer new cases this week compared to last. But health officials say that, look, wastewater data shows that could change quickly. As for the rest of the nation, reported COVID-19 hospitalizations are up more than 20% in the past week. The flu is also spiking, with more than 1/4 of the nation's lab results coming back positive, and cases of RSV are also way up.
Because it's our individual choices that are going to help protect ourselves, our loved ones, and our other community members.
And hospitals like Sharp Grossmont are encouraging folks at home, if they're feeling under the weather, to go ahead and take those at-home tests. Don't go to the hospital to try to get that test, because that only adds to the burden and the spike of people that they are currently seeing during these colder and holiday months. Eric and Dana Marie.
All right, thank you so much, Chris, for that. Right now, an investigation is underway after police in San Diego shot and killed an armed man. Now, it happened yesterday afternoon on 42nd Street in City Heights. Police say they were first called to the scene after reports of a man threatening to kill himself. Now, at one point, police say the man pointed a gun to his head and told officers to shoot him. Eventually, officers fired less lethal beanbags. Police say the man fell to the ground but tried to get back up with a gun in his hand. That's when 3 officers fired their weapons. The sheriff's department is leading the investigation.
All right, take a good look at this photo here. The sheriff's department looking for a man wanted in connection to an arson in Lemon Grove. Looking for this guy here. The act was caught on surveillance video. This happened November 19th at the Kiva Learning Center for Women and Children. You can see the man lighting something on fire. This is near the lobby door here. No one was hurt in this, but you're asked to call Crime Stoppers if you have any helpful information. And check out this next video. A car driving with its engine hood unlatched and blocking the view of the windshield. It's this car right here. You can see the windshield right in front of the car. This was on the 15 South near El Cajon Boulevard yesterday morning. Witnesses said the car was going about 60 miles an hour with that hood up. The CHP says they did not get any calls about this, and fortunately we're told no one was hurt. They had the hazards on. They just need to make their way over and pull over before someone gets hurt there. And take a look at these rats we captured on video. This is in downtown San Diego. Residents there say they have been seeing a major uptick in these rodents in recent months. A local pest control company also says they've received more calls. People living downtown say they've reported this rat issue to San Diego Vector Control.
I know they're not all going to go away, but they could probably, do something to stop the progression of them. I would like to see them gone off the street.
We also contacted the Downtown San Diego Partnership about the rat issue. They say they can't directly address it, but they do have a new app for their Clean and Safe program that can be used to help clean up trash that might be attracting the rodents.
And this morning, the final results from last month's election are now certified. There are a few of those tight races that now came down to the wire. So the city of San Diego Measure B, which would require single-family homeowners to start paying a fee for trash pickup, passed, winning about 1% or just under 4,000 votes. You can see the numbers are so close. Measure C, which would lift the 30-foot height limit in the Midway District to allow for the sports arena redevelopment project, also passed, winning a little more than 1% or 9,000 votes. And in the South Bay, it was a very close race for the mayor of National City. Ron Morrison has defeated Jose Rodriguez by only 68 votes out of more than 9,000 votes cast in the last 3 weeks in a three-way race. And it's official. Chula Vista will hold a special election after its deceased candidate won the race for the city attorney. Simone Silva died in September from cancer. He won the November election by just 679 votes. Dan Smith lost to Silva by about a percentage point. Smith plans to run again.
I'm still excited. I'm still very excited about getting the job done. Let's just get it over with and let's get it done. It turned partisan. Let's not do that again.
This special election could cost as much as $2 million. The earliest it could be held is April, but could be possible as late as next November. The Chula Vista City Council is expected to vote on those details at its December 20th meeting.
Right now, NASA's Orion spacecraft is on its way back to the moon, and in just over 2 days, it's expected to splash down off San Diego's coast. Now, this is part of the Artemis 1 mission aimed at building a long-term human presence on the moon. Orion launched from Florida last month. It is carrying test dummies that are hooked up with sensors to monitor radiation exposure, temperature levels, and other factors that might affect future astronauts. This spacecraft is expected to land off of our coast on Sunday morning. Crews from NASA and the Navy will then recover it. The San Diego Air and Space Museum is hosting a watch party of the live feed. They will have members of NASA right there to answer any questions. It starts at 10 a.m. on Sunday. You do need to pay for museum admission. How cool is that? We've got some local military members that are going to be out there bringing that spacecraft back into land.
It's going to be impressive stuff. I mean, we know how much work they all do in preparation for this, and you know, when we get the pictures and videos and everything in, it's incredible. It's such a team, you know, that goes into it, and it's a massive team effort.
Right off our coast, too.
Right off our coast.
Usually people in Florida get all the fun.
I know, right?
We get to participate.
It's time for us to take center stage. However, will rain be interfering is the big question on hand. Will it be a sunny San Diego day? Will we be treated to it? Or will we be seeing cloud cover and showers? Well, right now it looks like today into tomorrow, so your Friday today and Saturday, we're going to hold on to the mild and fair conditions out there. Temperatures very similar to yesterday in the low 60s along the coast and inland. Overnight lows are very chilly out there. We are teetering between the upper 20s and the low 30s. As we get closer to your more western valleys, we are in the upper 30s, and then the coastline is mostly in the 40s this morning. We're going to stick with these cold overnight lows into tomorrow morning as well. And then it looks like tomorrow afternoon we'll start to see some changes. Clouds fill the sky. High wind warning takes effect at 6 a.m. on Sunday. And this is setting the stage for that wet weather that will be coming our way. Here's what to expect. As we transition into early Sunday morning, showers will start up. Those showers will turn to more widespread moderate rain all the way through the day on Sunday and not taper off until well into Monday afternoon, Monday evening, it looks like. All in all, we're expecting 3/4 of an inch to an inch total of precipitation with snow above 4,000 feet. That's going to be that main rain event, but your wind speeds are going to be picking up in anticipation for it too. So not only will we have wind, but we'll have some rain as well. By the time we get to Sunday afternoon, widespread gusts in the 20 and 30 mile per hour range, coming especially breezy over the mountains and the deserts. And that's where we see kind of this combination of mountain snow, rain, wind, all in the forecast for the day on Sunday. That's the day to watch out for. We'll, in just a few minutes, kind of walk you through those models and show you how much, show you the timing, but I want to kind of hone in on what we've got going on right now. It is 29 degrees in Ramona, 37 in Alpine, 27 degrees right now in Campo. In Escondido, we're at 35, Poway 36, and Encinitas, along with much of the coastline, 43 degrees. We're at least in the 40s out there. Let's take a look at how traffic is shaping up this morning. It's a quiet start to the morning. We earlier saw a crash that was in the Lemon Grove Grove area. That has now been cleared. Previously, the right-hand shoulder was blocked with a crash on the 94 eastbound between College Grove Way and Massachusetts Avenue. That has now been cleared. You're back to green across the screen.